my salty pecans, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Pamela, and believe it or not, it's been over a month since I picked up a camera to film. Yes, you've been seeing content from me rolling out, you know, the last couple of weeks, but in regards to me actually sitting down and filming content, the month of August, I did not pick my camera up, not one time. So shout out to batch filming, but also no shout out to batch filming because you don't work because you already created work for you to work on it. So yeah, anyways, so on today's video, it is going to be my plant of the month for the month of July. I know August is pretty much done. My birthday recently just passed, so happy belated birthday to me. And I had such an amazing time with my friends and with family. I could not have asked for a more just ideal, relaxing birthday. I really needed it. I'm someone who literally lives a life that's constantly just moving. I'm always on the go. I'm always doing something. There's always somewhere to be, people to meet, something to do, something that needs to be done. So my life is go, 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 go all the time. And I was just like, honestly, I love myself. I love my birthday, but I don't feel like doing anything insane, doing a whole bunch of like crazy celebratory things, right? So I kept it very small, very near and dear, and I treated myself to a whole bunch of relaxing things like going to see Broadway shows, the spa, dinners. It was just awesome. So with that little bit of rambling, I'm gonna go ahead and pop in the intro and then show you all the plant of the month that I chose for the month of July. And like I said, I know August is pretty much done, but you're gonna be seeing this in August, and we're going to be talking about our plant that has brought me a lot of joy for this month, because believe it or not many of my plants have brought me joy. And this is not to say I was not happy with my plants, but to pick a plant of the month, there really has to be a true meaning, a true reason behind that plant stands out in comparison to everybody else in my collection. Some months it's really hard for me to pick just one plant, but this month was actually hard for me to pick a plant. But I narrowed it down to this baby, so if you're interested, then keep on watching. So welcome back, everybody. All right, without any further ado, the plant of the month is actually this beauty here. This is my Philodendron Brasil. This plant I have had for a few years, and you're probably like, whoa, this little tiny thing. Yeah, my cat just jumped on the table from where she was. Annoying. So this little tiny thing, believe it or not, in the month of January had 0 leaves on this plant. This plant was one of the many houseplants in my collection that actually suffered with thrips damage. I somehow managed to get thrips in my collection sometime last fall, and it pretty much ravaged through majority of my collection. Some plants did not do well. Others were a bit more just like hardy and withstanding of the thrips damage. This plant is one of the plants that did not respond really well to thrips damage. So what I decided to do is actually just behead the entire plant and prop and chop the plant and root the ones that were chopped, and systemically treat the soil, systemically still treat the vines and the plants that were still inside of here, and also like systemically treat the leaves. Even though I just rinsed them off, I don't care. I'm just going to systemically clean the foliage off that I rooted in water. So this is my Philodendron Brasil. I believe I've had this plant since maybe 2018 and 2019, and it was such a large full bushy plant. There's actually 2 strands in here, but those 2 strands decided to create, each of them decided to create 2 offshoots between them. So the 2 strands technically have 4 vines, and those 4 vines is the reason why this is as full and bushy as it is. This plant actually lives in my bathroom. It lives on the windowsill in my bathroom right next to my beautiful variegated strings of hearts, and it is thriving, as you can see, in the bathroom. It's constantly pushing out new growth. There's always a new leaf. The foliage just varies. Some are really white, some are very lemon limey, others just have a smaller sort of striping, but either way this plant is really happy where it is. In regards to watering, I don't have a set schedule basically to water this plant. What I do is I periodically will just like lift the pot up, and I know the feeling of a well-watered, you know, happy planter, a happy plant versus a light, right, pot that could use some watering, that the soil is dry and the plant definitely would be happier with a little bit of a drink. So watering, I probably water this plant like 1 to 2 times a week. And what I do is like maybe in the morning when I'm in the shower, I'll just take it and I'll just like let it run under the shower head, right? Or in the nighttime when I'm in the shower, I will do the same thing. I'll let it run under the shower head. I let it just like fill up with water, and then after it fills up with water, I let it drain. And sometimes if I've let this planter dry out too much, I will do the same thing like I mentioned, but instead of letting like 100% of the water drain out, right, because sometimes the soil might be too dry to absorb all the water that you're getting in that exact moment, I will lay my planter on the side and I will let the plant just like absorb, let the terracotta also absorb soil. Instead of having all the water just like pop out in one go, it kind of just like pools around here and it doesn't escape the hole. So then after a couple minutes, after like 10+ minutes, I will then turn this planter back over, and 9 times out of 10 the plant absorbed all the water that was pooling here. So there's no excess water that needs to be drained. Other times there was excess water pooling here when I laid it on its side, and whatever extra needed to exit decides to like drip out, and I just put it right back where it is and it continues doing its thing. I don't have to fuss about it. In regards to fertilization, I just fertilize this plant like I fertilize all my other plants. I don't have a scheduled set routine. Sometimes I water it once, I fertilize it once a month. Other times I completely forget to fertilize my plants. So I just don't have a set fertilization schedule, but you can see this plant is pretty happy with the care that I've been providing it. Let me quickly show you the cuttings that I had sitting in water. So it might be a little bit hard for y'all to see, but this is one of the strands that I had chopped and propped that had really bad thrips damage. I think I might have 2 or 3 additional just like vines in here. And I'm sorry for the background noise. It's like 5 p.m. on a Monday. What do I expect? Everyone, I live in New York, I live in the city. To be even more specific, there's gonna be noise. I apologize about that. I don't have a studio. If y'all want me to get a studio, get my channel up there, get me some money, and we gonna studio it up, silence it out, period. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to share about this plant. Like I said, it lives in my northeast weight. So that's pretty much all I wanted to mention in regards to my plant of the month for July 2022. I cannot believe August is basically over and I have to figure out a August plant of the month. I know who is going to be my plant of the month for August, definitely. But yes, update, I'm going to plant these water props inside of here to again make this even more full. As you can see, it looks really full and bushy up top, but I want it to have more strands binding out, and the only way to do that is by adding more singular plants inside of the planter pot, if you get what I'm saying. Wow, that was a mouthful. That's what she said. So yes, my salty pecans, thank you so much for watching this video. If you aren't already, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and my second YouTube channel, Pamella Pierre, where I put a little bit more like private, personal me videos, and here is only just plant related. Okay, you know, because we gotta like separate the content for the fam who wants to see one thing versus another. Don't forget to follow me on my other social media platforms at HauzPlant, HauzPlant, and also check out my new series that I have on this channel. If you haven't already seen those videos, basically I'm going out to the public, to the concrete jungle, and I'm asking other plant parents. And she has a peach tree on the 19th floor outside in New York City. This is amazing. I have never heard of that. Parents, basically questions that you might want to know. Certain things like, what is the most you've ever spent on a plant? If you could name any plant that you want, what would it be? Have you hidden plants or snuck plants into your home without your parents or your significant other knowing? So go ahead and check those videos out. I have a few of them up already on my channel, and according to the feedback that I'm getting from you all, you're enjoying it. So I definitely do plan on going back out into the city and asking more plant parents these similar questions and seeing their answers, you know. Let me know also, salty peeps, what is your plant of the month for the month of July? I know, again, like I said, July is basically been done, August is basically done, and I'm only now asking about it. But it took me some time to think of one, and this is definitely the baby that brought me a lot of joy. This is, again, my Philodendron Brasil, and it has that neon sort of lime green striping with random patches of like white, or maybe random patches of a little bit of like silverish. But this is the Brasil compared to the other sort of Philodendron heart leaf varieties. Again, my salty pecans, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please let me know by giving the big little thumbs up and sharing. Subscribe if you aren't already. Join this little cookie family because we're pretty awesome here. Become a salty pecan, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. And I will see you on the next one. Let's get going. Bye.